Hello and welcome. Today we are going to go ahead and take a look at the Rogue. So the Rogue is a Safari class ship, which means that it has to have an armory, infirmary, carry at least 4 people, and be a Class A ship that has 0 ranks of Starship design required. So this particular ship I've had for a while actually. And before I reconfigured it to meet the Safari requirements of not needing Starship design, this was actually my primary ship for a while. It's a fun little build. It's got plenty of weapon slots available to it. And once you do have Starship design, replacing the engines with some White Dwarf 3015s for maximum speed, and then the B-class reactor that gives you 39 power can get this ship really moving fast, and it handles like a dream once you do that. However, in the no ranks of Starship design required level, it does get a little sluggish because we are stuck with the Ammon engines, and they are just underwhelming for what they provide. However, even a single rank of Starship design to add in the SA 4000 series would absolutely transform how this ship performs for you. So, going ahead with the interior tour, we see that we are immediately entering into the Tayo armory. Going forward, you can see that this is going to be the cockpit, plenty of viewing. You can store any weapons that you need right over here. Have a brig just in case you need it. And then down here, we have the Tayo captain's quarters. Now, when I was using this as my own private vessel, I actually swapped this out for the workshop, so that way I could have all of the pieces that I would need to do basically anything right on this ship. At the back here, we have this lovely little window. And then we can come on over here, and we enter into the Hope Tech 2x1 all-in-one. Note here that you could use basically any 2x1 all-in-one that you wanted, as long as it's not one of the ones that has the galley located right there. Um, just if provided, of course, that you want a galley on your ship. Back here, we've got another 4 beds and a bathroom. And then through here, we have a door that is leading to the infirmary, which is also where we have our pharmaceutical lab and our research lab. Then right up front, we have our docking hatch. And that is the interior tour. So let's go ahead and take a look at how to build this ship. Now do be aware I am using both the flip glitch and the duplication glitch to build this ship. So you will need to have the flip glitch enabled in your settings to copy along with this. Additionally, I am using a mod that makes all components available at my outpost landing pad, provided I have them unlocked. You shouldn't actually need that to build this particular ship. However, if you're missing something and you're wondering why I have it here and you don't, that's why. That for me, that is just a small quality of life thing because I am tired of running off to the various manufacturers just because I want to try a different 2x2 hab. Alright, so first things first, let me go ahead and get my colors into my palette, just that way I can duplicate them nice and easy. And then I'm going to select all and delete. So as usual, I'm going to start with the landing bay, and this particular ship uses the Hope 4 landing bay. I'm using this because this landing bay has the connection points on the sides, here and here. whereas, say, the Deimos or the Nova Galactic, which would operate similarly, don't have the connection points. Then, right here, I'm going to go ahead and place my cockpit first. And here you can just use whichever flavor of the tire cockpits you want, because they are all basically identical except for the cargo amount. So the Dymo Enhanced is the best one that you can get without any Rings of Starship design. Right behind it, we are going to go ahead and place our tile top B. I'm just going to put it down and then swap it out for the armory, just that way it can't complain about wanting to be forward or back or wherever. There's only a single path possible through this ship, so it doesn't matter how you put the habs on. Then I'm going to go with the bottom B, and I'm going to turn this into the captain's quarters. Next, I'm going to go ahead and come on up here, and I use the Hope Tech cross brace. However, you could also use the Nova cross brace. It's going to save you a little bit of mass, but otherwise they are effectively the same on this build. Next, I'm going to come on over here and grab that Hope Tech all-in-one berth 2x1. And then off the front of that, I'm going to go ahead and grab, I was using the top A. You can use the A or B, doesn't matter, or any other one that suits your fancy here. Going to turn this into the infirmary. Now that I've done that, I'm going to start on this side of the ship and kind of work my way over. So first things first, I'm going to come on over here to the gear, and I'm using the Pinpoint 3G landing gear front and back. Then right here, I'm going to come on over to the cargo, and I have a pair of the Gamma 1000 cargo holds. You could also use the 1010s without needing any Starship design. However, I was running into mobility issues with the reduced engines, so I would only do the better Gamma holds if you have Starship Design rank 1, so that way you can get that SA4000 series engine. Next, I'm going to come on over to the structural tab, and I'm going to grab a Nova cowling, and then come on over here to the fuel tanks, and I'm using the M30 Ulysses HE3 tank. And then I'm going to come on over here, start by putting in my porthole, and then I'm going to grab my engines. As I said, I'm using the Ammon 3 engines, but if you got Starship Design, I would swap them out in a heartbeat for the SA4110s. And I will demonstrate later what a difference just one rank of Starship Design there would make. So that's where all of my engines are. Now I'm going to do my duplication glitch. For this, I'm going to grab a Nova Bracer and place it there. I'm going to do a little stack there and a stack there. So I'm stacking it too high here and here, just so that way it's not going to try and copy upwards. Then I'm going to select this one, hover over this one, and then duplicate, so Control G. And then I'm going to hit space to accept. You notice that it tries to basically put it on the same spot. Now when I select this, it's going to drop down and give me a red error. I'm going to hit cancel, but it's going to put that into place just like I had meant it to. And that's all it takes. Then I'm going to grab a Nova cowling. I'm going to put it right here. This is actually the whole reason why I have this Nova Bracer, just so that way I can have this here. Flip, flip, and put it into place. Again, if we were using the SA engines, they have the connection on the side right here, so I would not need to use that Nova Bracer. All right. Now, before we go into this middle area, I need to fill out the bottom of this, so that way I have the connection points on the side here. For this, I'm going to go ahead and add my reactor and my grav drive. It does not matter what order I put them in, because both of them have connections on all the sides. So for this build, I'm using the 134mm toroidal, and then I am using the R3000 grav drive. Note, if you were to get Starship Design Rank 2, you can basically build this exact same ship, but grab the Spheromech reactor to get 28 power instead of just 20. Or, of course, you can get the Class B uh, plus Starship Design 104DS for 39 power, and this is what I was using when this was my primary ship for a while. Alright, now, right here, I'm going to come on over to the structural. I'm going to grab the Stroud nose cap and place that right there. Oh, I'm missing my docker. Let me just slap that on really quick. Alright, now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to grab this landing gear, flip it on over to here, and place that there. And I'm going to copy the cargo holds and basically place a pair right there. It does not actually form a connection right there, it just kind of looks like it does. Then here I'm going to come on over to the structural tab, come on down to the Nova radiators. I'm going to grab the one that extends the whole length. You could also do the half-length ones and then have one on each side if you prefer that appearance, but I just grabbed this one. Then, right here, I'm going to go ahead and place the Deimos Wing B. I'm going to put one on each side. Then, right here, I'm going to scroll all the way up to the Horizon weapon mount. I'm going to put a pair of Horizon weapon mounts on the ship here, and then on the side of this nose cap. Alright, then I'm going to come on over to this side of the ship and fill this out. Now for this, I'm going to come on over and eventually find the gear tab. And I want to grab a pair of the Pinpoint 4G landing gears. There we go. One's going to connect there, and then one's going to connect there. Now, as you can see, I have all the landing gear that I need for this ship. However, I'm going to still grab an AccuLander 11 and place that right there, because this is only 2 mass, and any of the structural components that I would put in place here are 5 mass instead. So might as well save a smidge. Then coming up over here, I'm going to come on back over to the structural tab, roll all the way down to Tayo, and then here I want to grab the Tayo braking engine, and then here I want to grab the Tayo nose cap. Finally here, I want to go ahead and grab the Tayo mid cap. Now I'm going to pull the mid cap off, and then right here I'm going to add my shield. You can use basically any of them, but I grabbed the Deflector SG-30 because that's the best one that you can get for this ship, or for a Class A ship without Starship Design. Put this back in place, and then flip it. And then, since it doesn't want to do that, duplicate on down. There we go. All that is left now is to place the weapons. So for this ship, in the Safari configuration, I went ahead and I put 4 weapons on this, 2 under here, 1 here, and 1 here. So that's 8 weapons total. I do have plenty of space that I could attach some more weapons, especially if I were to swap this out for another hab that gives me a side connection piece. But even when I was running this as my personal ship, all I did was go with those same 8 weapons, except for I used slightly more powerful ones. So here, I'm going to come on down and I'm going to select the Disruptor 3300A. Then on the bottom side of this wing, I'm going to select the PBO 30A. On the top of this landing gear is another PBO 30. And then on the top of this landing gear is another PBO 30. And I now have the error that I need to assign weapons. And that's it. Now, as you can see, I have only 48 mobility in this configuration. Oh, I see, I forgot one thing. I had the completely optional portholes up top. Alright, 47 mobility. Now, as I mentioned, let me go ahead and demonstrate I grab one rank of Starship Design and place that there. I'm already up to 66 mobility. Grab two more, and now I'm at 100 mobility. Of course, here I would go ahead and flip these to look like this. And that's with just rank 1 of Starship Design, not anything beyond that. So, you can see how that can add up really, really quickly. And then if you were to also go ahead and swap the cargo holds out for something more, you might reach the point where you need to go ahead and swap the grav drive out for either the Helios 400, though if you do that, you also need to merge the Nova Cal, or not Nova Calling, the Nova, what is, how am I missing the name of this? The Nova Bracer, so that way you have that side connection. Um, or you can just go ahead and put in the R4000 with rank 2 of Starship Design. That gives you 27 jump range, or grav jump thrust. There we go. So this is how it's configured for Starship Design rank 0. Got 1100 cargo, and basically anything else that we need. So now that I've done that, let me go ahead and recolor it. And there we go. All right. So now that we've done that, let's go ahead and jump into orbit. And wait for my shields to come online. There we go. And as you can see, I have been continuing my party in Koda's orbit, and there's yet more debris. So let's see what's at the sensor contact. If it's unfriendly, we can have a little shoot fest. If it's friendly, just some shipping crates. Oh well. Oh, let's go ahead. Just take a couple pictures. There we go. And I will go ahead and leave you on that note. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.